Shalom, family. Just driving around thinking, and just want to share with you. Just driving around thinking different times in my life, and through Father's grace and mercy, I didn't end up dead. When I was 4 years old, I was following some other children in the neighborhood to the candy store, and when I crossed the main road, I got hit by a city bus at 4 years old. And through that, I ended up, I was severely bruised and swollen, but not one broken bone. Another time, I was a teenager, and during the summer months, I would work for the youth corps. And this particular summer, one of the girls, we were, that summer we were painting murals throughout the city, and they were pretty cool. But anyways, there was this girl, Deb, that I worked with, and she had an older boyfriend, and he had a convertible Mustang. And our bosses or instructors or whatever you want to call them let us out early that day. It was a hot day. So Deb called her boyfriend, and he came and picked us up, and we hit the highway and took off to the beach. And we were cruising. We were doing like a buck something. We were going over 100 miles an hour, and he got a blowout. His whole the whole tire, all the way around, blew out. And going as fast as we were in a convertible, the way I remember when we pulled over, luckily Bob, that was her boyfriend, he and Father clearly played part in that. When he maintained control of that car and pulled over to the side of the highway to change it, and I was in shock when I saw the tire. The whole thing just blew out all the way around. That tire was torn out. Why that car didn't flip, and we had the top down, and we were cruising. Father was there. When I was in my early 20s, I used to go out clubbing, and we'd walk downtown, and one night they have these, they put in benches and lighted walkways down by the canal, and me and my buddy Mike, rest his soul, he's since passed away. He actually hung himself in jail. And that's another whole story. And but anyways, me and Mike, we went down to the canal walkways. We were gonna go get stoned, and it was lit, but it was dimly lit. And as I was walking, there was the kids, I guess, would take the manhole covers and rip them up and throw them in the canal. So and there's a walkway underneath, and so me and Mike are walking and talking, and all of a sudden I fell into the ground. And once again, through Father's mercy and grace, I got wedged in because if I would have fell all the way through, I mean, when you're walking, you don't expect there to be a hole in the ground. And had I fell in all the way through that, I would have been under the walkway in that canal. I remember my boot, you could feel the thickness and the sludge of the water and whatever was down there. So yeah, I think of my years of drug abuse, and there were many a night or morning that my heart was a-pounding. Through Father's grace and mercy, I didn't have a heart attack. There were many nights like that, and well, towards the end, but I would wait till my heart stopped beating out of my chest. I think if I was a cartoon, you would have saw it popping through me. And once again, there were a couple of other different times in my life. The point being is, Father spared me, protected me, been there. And there's got to be a reason for it. I remember one time I was at a concert. Back in the day, I was a regular concert goer, and we, sorry about that. Me and, at the time, another friend, Deb. A lot of Debs in my life. But we were at a concert. It was the first time. I was probably in my 30s. And we used to go to Great Woods out in Mansfield. I think it's the Tweeter Center now. And we went to so many concerts. We had that place down pat. Back in the days when I was running, right? But this concert, we were out in the lawn area, and we would go. There was a bar that separated from the seats to the lawn, and me and Deborah dancing, having a good old time. And it was the first time I experienced a mosh pit. And Debbie almost, through them pushing each other in the crowd, Debbie, my little Deb, almost flipped over the bar. So I asked them to stop, and no sooner did we turn back around that she nearly got pushed over that bar. And I went up to the biggest dude. I was fierce, and I'm not saying this out of pride, but I was fierce and at the same time extremely foolish. But, mess with those I love. And anyways, I went up to the biggest dude. I'm 5'8", and this dude stood over me, a big dude. And I was right in his face, basically telling him, knock it off. He almost flipped my buddy over the bar. And there was a big circle of them doing this. I mean, the dude alone, never mind the rest of them standing there. I could have been pummeled. I think I was in my 30s at this time. And yeah, Father was with me that day. Yeah, why I didn't get my my butt kicked. Debbie was just like. So the point of, there's a couple of other instances where I've been very fortunate that Father has been there with me, for me. And all this time, I had no idea. I had no idea why But I used to, at one point, I used to think it was like my grandparents or something. I knew there was something over me, protecting me. Yeah, I've had a few bouts where, why am I still here? And I'm thankful to Father for this. And I just wanted to share with you that different life experiences that we don't understand, Father's been with us all along. He's been with us all along. And to take encouragement with that, yeah, I know there's another big one and I can't think of it now, but I shouldn't be here today, and it's only through Father's grace and mercy that I am. And there must be a reason or a purpose in that. So, all praise to the Most High. Just driving around thinking and wanted to share that. Looking good. So anyways, stay encouraged. Trust in Him. The Water Shalom.